Welcome to the digital learning platform of Sri Guru Sudhindra College, Bachelor of Computer Application, BCA, subject microprocessor. And this video will be discussing the three concepts: the importance of assembly language, about the application of RAM and microprocessor programming. First and foremost, let us try to understand what the language is all about and how language can be classified. So language has got the three basic types. It can be low level, middle level and high level. When you talk about high level languages, high level language, for example, Fortran, Pascal, COBOL are known as high level languages. Then C, C++ and Java are the middle level languages. And along with this, there is one more category called low level language, which can be divided into two types: machine language and assembly language. So here we are focusing on microprocessor 8085, and in microprocessor 8085 it uses a language, and the language is assembly language. Language are of three categories: middle level, so low level, middle level and high level. Here our focus is on low level language, and the category is assembly language. So here we should understand the hierarchy of structure. The base is the hardware here. So on this hardware, how the hardware functions: to get the work done, we should give sort of instructions to the hardware, computer hardware. So how this instruction can be given? Instruction can be given through the language. So what kind of language to be used? That is based on the application. So usually what happens, so we give the instruction using the high level languages. High level languages which are based on object oriented application, visual languages such as Fortran, C, Pascal and many more. But the hardware can't understand this high level language. So what is essential? So we need some sort of a translator language. So it is very much essential to translate the language from one type to another type. Here there are three subcategories: the normal languages whatever we have, either it can be machine language which is totally depend on the hardware, it can be assembly language, or it can be high level language. So here in microprocessor 8085 we'll be focusing on assembly language. And see here, this assembly language is sandwiched between machine language and high level language. So in assembly language we are not going to use any sort of statement such as zeros and ones machine language, and we are not going to use the very simplified statements of high level language such as if, for and while. What we'll do is it is sandwiched between the high level and machine level language. So this is the about the hierarchical structure of different programming languages. Now when you talk about assembly level language, it uses a component called assembler. Now here this assembler, it works as a translator. We will be writing program in assembly level language, and the assembler, it converts it into machine code, because machine understands only the binary language, and it's the duty of assembler to convert the language from assembly language to machine language. When you talk about machine language and assembly language, it uses a set of codes. So here, see the on screen you are finding the example program. This is the example for assembly language program. In assembly language program, basically what happens is we will be using set of instructions. Here you can find the instruction proc is the first instruction of this program, and the last instruction is end p, right? So in between that we have got set of statements such as cmp jl, cmp jg, sub and many more. And at the right hand side here you can find the description of each and every statement. For example, let us go through the third line. What is JL? JL is actually, see here, if less jump to done, right? In high level language what we do, directly we write the if statement. If such so and so, right? If a particular condition holds true, then do something, if not, do something. Like that we write the statements. But here in assembly language we are not allowed to do that. What we should do is this particular work has to be achieved by using the instructions. So these are the example instructions which we are using here. Now let us go through a few instructions. See, this is the keypad of this application which is showing the various instructions used here. starting from ACI, ADC, ADD, ADI, ANA, ANI, etc. So here what the programmer has to do is, the programmer has to go through all these instructions, at least a few, or based on your program requirement, based on the design, it is essential. And a programmer should have the basic idea of what these instructions are all about. For example, here we have got set of instruction. Di, it's something called disable the interrupt. INR, it means increment the value. HLT, it means halt. JMP, it's called unconditional jump statement. See, all instruction which starts with J, it's related to jump instruction. So here all A, right? So all these are addition instructions. So similarly, we have got set of some more instructions here. Move means move the value. NOP, no operations. So you are familiar with this. Push and pop instructions related to stack, and there are many more instructions such which we use to design the program. Let us go through one particular line. In high level language, we write A is equals to 0, 5. So it's an assignment statement. We are assigning the number 5 to a variable A. But in assembly language, we can't write this statement. The statement has to be transformed into this. MVI A, 05. It means we are moving the value 05 to A. So this is the pattern of writing program in assembly language. Now here the programmer should have the basic idea of the different number systems. So in table you are finding three categories. So decimal number systems, and along with that the binary pattern and hexadecimal system. And this pattern is very much essential. So 0 to 9 in hexadecimal we represent it as 0 to 9, but from 10 to 15 we represent it as A to F. So this idea is very much essential for a programmer. And along with that, we should have the basic idea of what the different registers are all about. So here it uses a register such as W, Z, BC, DE and HL. BC, all these registers are 8-bit registers, and as and when you need 16 bits, what you should do, you should club it, right? So we call it as register pair. BC, DE, HL are the valid register pairs. Then finally, let us focus a little bit on RAM. So see, this is the RAM structure, but here theoretically speaking, so when you go through the RAM structure, so it has got the series of location where the data holds. So everything is a contiguous locations, the continuous locations, and every location has got a specific address. Every location has got a specific address. So based on the address, what we do, we are going to keep the data. So here while designing the program, we should consider that one particular block, it means 8 bits, and the very next block is a continuous block, it holds another 8 bits. So if you want 16 bits, these two blocks to be reserved, and if you are using only 8 bit, then one block to be reserved. So this is about the basics of microprocessor 8085, the introduction to assembly language, the what assembly language is all about and how assembler functions, the basic application of RAM and the data storage 8-bit, 16-bit, and also we have studied the basics of microprocessor programming, how program has to be designed, what are the different components and the instructions, and many more. Okay, all the best, good time, take care.